Hello class, we're going to start on our last lesson for this module, all right, ordering rational numbers. We'll be able to compare and order rational numbers. So that means we're going to have the fractions and the decimals at the same time, all right? So this first part, we're just converting decimals to fractions. This is just writing it as a over b. So we've practiced this already, all right? Now would be the time, pause the video, try out 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you need a little refresher, I'm going to do 1 and 2, all right? 6 tenths, so 6 over 10. One number behind the decimal, 1 0. I do want to simplify this time just for that practice because it's a skill we should be really good at. 3/5. All right, circle it up. Over here, 45 over 2 numbers, so 2 zeros. Or it's 45 hundredths because the 5 is in the hundredths place. Okay, I'm going to divide these both by 5. 9 over 20. Okay, can't reduce anymore, so all done. All right, you are going to go ahead and do 3 and 4. So 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that means there's 3 zeros down here. Also, the 5 is in the thousands place. Okay, you need to reduce it. I will be looking tomorrow to see how you simplified it. All right, looking over here, need to see how you simplified it. Okay, be sure to circle it or put it in the box. This one, it's a little different. It's got a whole number, so we're just going to put that 2. And then 34 over 100 because there's 2 numbers behind the decimal, so 2 zeros. All right, I do want this simplified. If I divide them both, I'm going to pick 2 because it's a really easy number to start with. Okay. The whole number stays the same, and then I divide the other 2. So 17 over 50, and 17 is prime, just so you know. So we have 2 and 17/50ths, all right? Don't forget to do number 3. So if we know how to write a decimal to a fraction, we need to be able to also write fractions to decimals, all right? So some of you have seen do this, and some of you, I think, need a refresher, okay? So we learned that the top number is the one that we're going to, is the dividend, so it goes inside, and the bottom number is the divisor, so it goes outside, all right? So automatically, 12 cannot go into 9, okay? So I'm going to put a decimal, I'm going to put a 0, okay? As soon as I write that decimal, I'm going to write it up top too, okay? 12 goes into 9 0 times. 12 can go into 90 7 times, gets me 86, minus is a 4, but I am not going to put remainders anymore. Ms. West is no longer allowing remainders. So I'm going to put my 0, and I'm going to bring my 0 down. Okay, and I am so sorry, Ms. West got that wrong. This is 84. Okay, so this will be a 6. Let me erase that. See, we all make little mistakes sometimes. All right, 6. And 12 will go into 6 5 times. Okay, goes in 60. And I know I'm done because I have a 0 at the bottom, okay? And I have no numbers to pull down. So 75 hundredths, okay, is my answer. Pause the video, see if you can do 2, 3, and 4 by yourself. All right? If you're a little confused, I'm going to start talking about 2. 2, 27 goes in the house because it's on top, 75 outside. All right? 75 cannot go into 27, so I'm just going to put a 0, add my decimal, and bring my decimal up, okay? Now, 75 can go into 270, so let's think about it. 75 goes into 100 about 1 time, and this one has about 70 over, so I'm going to guess 3, okay? You can think about it like quarters, too. Times 3 is 15, 21, 22. Well, that's under, but it seems pretty close, so we're going to go ahead and stick with that. 225 minus, and notice I lined up all of my numbers, okay? Have to borrow 5. This becomes a 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 2 minus 2 is 0. All right. Now, 75 cannot go into 45, so I got to put another 0 because Miss West said I can't just put remainder anymore. All right. Now 75 into 450. If I think about it, it's going to go in at least 4 times. Okay, but it's a little extra, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to try 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 42, 43, 44, 45. Look at that. Worked out for me. Okay, 450. Okay, I subtract all zeros. So that is going to be my answer as a decimal. Okay? If you have not already, pause the video, try 3 and 4. And so this one, 3 is going to go, I'm going to put it right here. 3 is going in the house. 8 is going outside. First thing you do, automatically right there. Okay? I'm going to take a look at what you get tomorrow. All right? You are solving this one all the way. All right? 4. Okay, I will do this one. 7 is on top, so it goes inside, just like we talked about earlier, that first thing we did in the unit. All right? 2 can go into 7 3 times, because it can't actually go into 7 this time. So 6 minus, I got a 1. But Miss West said I can't write remainder 1. Okay, so some of you are really good at this. You put your decimal, you add a 0. If you write a decimal down here, have to have a decimal up top. Okay, bring my 0 down. 2 can go into 10 5 times, so 3.5 is my answer for this one as a decimal. Okay, and I know some of you would prefer to write this, to just get these to 100, okay, and I will show you how you can do that on the next one. It's how you've done it in the past. All right, this is where we get to finally put it all together, okay? So if I'm looking, I usually get things to decimals, okay? So if I'm looking at this 2/5, I can put 2 inside the fraction house, okay? Or some of you will say, can I just multiply it by 2 so that I can get the bottom to a 10th? And I'm fine with that, okay? Times 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10, equals, and this one gets to 0.4 because it's over 10, so the 4 goes in the 10th spot. Okay, if you want to do it that way, I'm totally fine. You could make all of these into fractions if you wanted. Okay, you could do 3/10. You could compare 3/10 to all of these. Okay, I'm going to tell you Miss West prefers to make things decimals because I think most students do better with them. Okay, pause the video, pick your method. Try 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about number 1. I already decided that was 0.4. This one's already good. Good, good. Got 3/4. This one, Miss West already knows it's 0.75, so if you knew that, you could write that already. If you didn't, you can do it this way. Goes in there 7 times, which is 28. Minus is 2. Bring down my 0. Goes in there 5 times. Okay, so Miss West was right. It's 0.75. And that's a fraction that you guys will get really good with, okay? 3/20. I'm going to tell you that I don't actually like dealing with 20ths, so I'm just going to do this one to 100 because I don't really want to do the multiples of 20. Okay, so 20, so times 5 equals 15 over 100. Okay, so that means that the 5 has to be in the hundreds. So 5, 1, and then a decimal because this is in the hundreds. All right, so now I can compare. Well, let's take a look. I'll use red. All right, so I'm looking at the 10th spot first. Okay, the 10th spot first. Just like I would look for a whole number first, but none of these are whole numbers. They're all 0. Okay, so I notice looking at the 10th spot. Oh, I see a 0. That's going to be my first one. Okay, so I use that one. I'm going to cross it off. Now I'm going to look, is there any other zeros in the 10th spot that I underlined? Nope. So what is next? 3. Oh, there's a 1. Now, Miss West said I have to use the original, so we got to write this one as a fraction, even though we compared it using the decimal form. Okay? So I used my 1. 3 is anything smaller than a 3. Doesn't look like it, so I'm going to go with 0.3. Right? Crossing that out. All right, I see a 4. Is anything smaller than a 4? It is not. So I'm going to use the fraction version, right? Because I used the originals. Let's see, I got an 8. Oh, but 7's smaller, so I got to write the fraction. Okay. And I just have 1 left, so I'm going to write that one down. And I have just ordered rational numbers, right? It is also important that you include these commas. Some of you skip the comma part, right? Try number 2 if you have not already. Okay. This is 0.3, repeating. 5/6, 5 with a 6. Ms. West should know this one off the top of her head, but she is not remember it right now. 6 goes in there 7 times, which is 42. I do know that 5/6 is bigger than 1/3, so I don't really have to do this, but we'll make sure. Also, I noticed that this is a 7 anyway, so I know that it's way bigger than a 4 and a 3. So I don't have to keep going, but I am just to make sure that you guys are aware. Oh, there we go, it's an 8. Okay, which is wrong. As well, I should have done that one ahead of time. It's actually, I should use the 8 so I can get 6 times 8 is 48. Sorry for that confusion. Okay, I know a lot of you were telling me, hey, Miss West, you did it wrong. Okay, I understand and I gotcha. Okay, so we have our 8 goes into 20 3 times, which is 18, and I notice that it's just going to keep doing that. So it's actually going to be repeating 3, okay? So let's look at my answers, all right? Actually, I'm just going to take a look at yours. You're going to write it down, and I'm going to just check it tomorrow, all right? See these, remember those boxes I drew? You are making sure you have written something in there. Try your answer as best you can, okay? And we'll practice more tomorrow. Have a great night.